So good evening once again to everybody who's joined in. Thank you for always attending all our webinars and keeping pace with whatever is going on in the world of ERP and in the world of business. So like always, we're back with another very interesting topic today. As hotel owners, definitely you must have faced a lot of embarrassing situations, tough moments, where your guests are arriving and they've just come in after a long travel and you're just keeping them waiting. So a lot of things are forgotten here, like welcome drinks or, their rooms are not ready and the front desk is just trying to, juggle and find out their bookings. So it's entirely a frustrating experience for your guests as well as for your team. And that's exactly why we are here today with our topic, which is a new era for hotel operations where you automate your backend so that you can elevate your guest experience. The idea here is that we want to talk openly and very practically about how automating your hotel's backend operations can remove all these stress factors, helping you deliver a smoother, more memorable experience for your guests and making it a memorable experience every single time they visit you. Now, to walk us through this transformation, we're joined by Yashas. He is our senior functional consultant and business analyst at Pragmatic. And he's worked hand in hand with a lot of hoteliers and he has actually helped them solve a lot of real severe challenges. So today you're in great hands. Yashas, over to you. Looking forward.
Thank you so much, Ava. A very, very good evening, everyone. That was a very good introduction by Ava, where she clearly mentioned about what we are looking at in today's webinar. I'll just give a quick gist. With these webinars, every 15 days, once in 15 days, Pragmatic as a team, we want to look into the real issues around us and we want to propose the solutions. There might be solutions available right away, there might not be solutions, but we think about these problems where we want to solve the industry problems through the ERP. That is through the ERP tools which we have or which we can think of. So today is one such problem which is found around us all the time. We have seen a lot of hotels. Some could be with restaurants, some could be attached with the banquet halls and all these aspects. So how efficiently are these hotels running, or how efficient is the back end of this hotel? Are these the hotelier is he able to get the complete visibility, the transparency, or how efficient is their operations? And most importantly, how can we solve this problem of getting everything together at once with less manual efforts, with more visibility and transparency? So that is for today's topic. So welcome everyone once again, and let's get into the webinar. So I would walk you through what are the real problems in the hotel industry, how important is hotel industry for us to address and look into the issues that they face, and finally, is there any real solution? Do we have it, or are we thinking about a solution, or do we have a solution in hand? So let's quickly start off. So basically, here we are putting ourselves into the shoes of a hotelier where let us imagine I am a hotelier where I have got a building constructed with all the rooms and things, everything I have put in place. I have a restaurant attached, I have a small banquet hall attached. I have even had a grand opening ceremony and all the things. My things looks very good from the outside, but is it running smoothly internally? Because this also marks about how much visibility do I have as a hotelier. The moment I want to know how many bookings are happening right away, that is either for tomorrow or for next week or for next month, I need to have visibility of inventory. I need to have visibility of how much rooms are available, what all things can come up, how many guests are coming up, which weekends are occupied more, which weekends are not occupied more, all these things. So and also, how is the guest experience, overall experience? Are they have to approach, is it making them to approach the internal staff manually for things, or can they have some other aspects like intelligent aspects where they can put out things in the system rather than everything having manually? So the question that we would like to ask is, can you deliver a 5-star guest experience with a 1-star backend? That is, you are giving a very good experience in the front, that is the the guest or the customer is having a good experience, but what about the backend? Are you as a hotelier having a good experience? So as I said, everything looks in the front, the hotels looks good, the facilities are good, but in the back end, you struggle to run the operations because of things spread out in a very distributed manner. There are spreadsheets, there are paper logs, there are instructions given, there are walkie-talkies used. You do not know how much is the inventory lying with your this thing restaurant and all these aspects. So taking this much deeper, what is the real impact of a hotel? How important is the hotel business? So just to give you a couple of statistics for this is with respect to this particular year 2025. The thing is, hotels basically make up around $11.1 trillion of the global. I mean, that's how much is the overall revenue that's generated. That becomes 10% of the overall annual GDP. That's huge. 10% of the global economy stands on hotel industry. That is basically the restaurant, hotels, and the lodging. And even then, even with so much of these things, the business is running in such a way that there is only 63.38% occupancy, which is still below the pre-pandemic levels. You know, the pandemic happened in 2019, 20, and 21. So we had like almost like 2 years of pandemic going on with the waves coming back and forth. So even with that, even now, the hotel business is still struggling, which is still not able to cope up even after five years of the whole pandemic. And most importantly, as I said, imagine the number of spending a customer is making globally every year. That is $777 billion. That is, it could be for dining, it could be for lodging, it could be for taking up additional facilities, so all these things. So the amount that is put into in this business is huge. But is the back end good? That is what we are going to see in the next couple of things. This is where it troubles a lot, or it's an alarming situation where only 2.5% of this whole the revenue that is generated is put back into increasing the efficiency of the ERP or increasing the efficiency of the internal business. That is, how do we get the transparency? How do we get the visibility? How do we make the experience better from the hotelier standpoint, not from the customer standpoint? So only 2.5% is put up into increasing the efficiency, that is having a good infrastructure, software, tools, and all aspects. That is a mobile app or something like that. So let's see more of this. As I said, 70% of the hoteliers feel that with technology, that is basically technology is required to increase the operational efficiency. And most importantly, right now, overall, there is a estimation where only 30% of the global hotels available, restaurants or hotels, are with ERP. This thing, that is efficiency. That is, they're enabled with ERP only up to 30%. What does this mean? Even now, if you visit any hotel, they'll hand you over a paper slip, or even the for laundry, they'll give you a slip where you need to write it on paper. So they have multiple tools for different things. It's not assembled, or it's not centralized data handling. It's not centralized information available at any point of time. So that is what we are going to look into. And this is where the problem arises, where is there a solution where we can accommodate everything in one tool? Is it really possible? What are the steps that we need to take care? What are the things that we probably need to cover to include all these aspects into one roof? So as I said, a couple of things which I want to highlight over here. You have a good hotel running, the business is going good, but is it hurting you in the back end because you're not able to get everything in one place? Your laundry might be running somewhere, your amenities, probably it's not in one this thing, that your customers have taken up a couple of additional amenities, but it's not showing up at the time of invoicing. You might miss out something, or you might add up additional things charging to the customer. This all happens because things are not in one place. That is, your invoicing is in one tool, the amenities which is used is in another tool, the laundry service is in another tool, the vehicle pickups or any other things, the restaurant is in another tool. So bringing all this information at once becomes a huge problem, at least when during the time of checkout of a customer. So with all these things, as I said, one glitch and the first impression is ruined for the customer. The most important thing is, this is a service industry. That is, we have to increase the experience of our customer so that the customer revisits us and the revenue increases. At the end of the day, the customer experience should increase. On the other hand, our revenue should increase. It's a hand-in-hand business. So to make this better, let's look into the tools. Let's look into what all things are available right now and how we can improvise it. So as I said, pretty much these are all the things, aspects, or the functions which happens in any hotel or restaurant attached to the hotel. So this is how usually the operations are performed. Like, for example, all the bookings right now will be either in Excel spreadsheets or manual sheets. Sometimes very less hotels, as I said, only 30% of people are able to afford into ERPs or software tools where they get everything in one particular system or software. Then comes the other things. That is, with the hotel, apart from the customer bookings, you also have to maintain housekeeping. Again, usually if a large hotel with more than 50 rooms, this will be complete chaos on any particular day. They have sheets put out for who has to do which room, and then there'll be one supervisor giving instructions over walkie-talkies to check the floors, to check the rooms. Again, a complete distorted this thing, and a complete separate system or a separate manual work which is done, nowhere related to the main system, that is the bookings or other aspect. Then comes another one with with the customers going in and coming out, we have laundry. That is, it could be with respect to the clothing and other amenities of the customer, or it could be the internal this thing, that is the linen of the beds or the mattress and the screens of the rooms. Everything has to be kept very clear, so very clean and clear to have a good experience. This means we have to use the amenities of laundry internally also. Again, these things can be done internally in the hotel, or it can be subcontracted, that is given to an outside vendor. Again, all these aspects might not be captured in the system or can be captured manually in an Excel. Next comes if it is attached with a food and beverage restaurant. That is, if I have a hotel along with a restaurant, can my this thing, that is basically my customer who is having the reservation can avail the services of the restaurant without having a manual bill, or without having multiple things in place, where with one reservation I get to know what all aspects he has availed. That is, has he taken up any special amenities, like has he used the gym, has he used the swimming pool or the sports area, or the food and beverages, what all food he had, with one reservation. The other customers, walk-in customers, will be separate. They'll be taken care with the point of sale, or they'll have another tool. But with respect to hotel reservation, can I also add this or integrate it with my restaurant? Right now it would be all manual sheets. They'll be asking you to sign it on a paper, and then they'll be attaching a paper clip at the time of invoicing, that is at the time of checkout. Can this be bought in within the within one particular software tool? And last but not the least, but most importantly, the invoicing. So where when at the time of checkout, the customer will be handed over with an invoice for all the amenities or all the functions that he or she used. And this will be, again, all the accounting related aspect will be kept in a specific tool. It could be Excel, or it could be Tally, or any other hotel ERP tool. But imagine all these different functions pretty much will be all of them will be disconnected, will not be integrated to one another, and all of the information should be put together for a hotelier to run a business efficiently. Imagine the pain that he has. Imagine the amount of data that he or she needs to collaborate to make sure the business is run efficient. So this is where we want to put out, what if we can take this disconnected workflow and make sure we bring everything into one unified system. So one quick thing which I want to put it out over here is, the check-in of a customer should not mean checkout from efficiency. Yes, I have very good this thing, that is incoming customers, because of the location that we are put up in, or the way we service the way we provide the service to the customer. It also should make sure our internal team, that is us as a hotelier, we have to have an efficient system in place. I should be able to decide well in advance. I should be able to have variable prices for different rooms, even for 1 year down the line or 6 months down the line, based on the seasons. The customer should have very good visibility of all the amenities that we provide. They should be able to book all these things. End of the day, all these aspects, it could be restaurant, food and beverages, various amenities, cleaning of the rooms, maintenance of the rooms, laundry services, even picking up of the customer from the airport and dropping them back to railway stations or anything, should be made available within the system. Even the housekeeping, all these activities, if we can put it into a system, if we can have this one integrated connected system, how well will it be? That's the thought for today, and that's what we are going to look into it. Is there any tools available? So what we look into is, instead of when the booking via third party or manual logs or all these things, if it can be brought into a centralized booking dashboard, where you get to know, okay, this, if I open a particular dashboard of the hotel, for example, I get to know for one particular month or for one particular week or a particular day, all my rooms will be listed. Are they available or are they booked? To which customer are they booked? For how much duration are they booked? So all these things need to be put out in one common dashboard. It also should give me if there are any rooms which are under maintenance. Because there is some maintenance work going on, because of which I'm not able to publish that room to my for my customer for booking. Next thing is, as I said, it could be housekeeping, or it could be with cleaning, or it could be for any other maintenance activity. can I allocate my internal employees and make sure this is the room that you need to clean, this is how it has to happen. And most importantly, with after every checkout, rather than a supervisor allocating a room to clean up, the maintenance team should get automatic updates that a room has been checked out by the guest successfully, the invoicing and all has been completed. Now the room has to be cleaned by the internal team. Till then I cannot check in. All these things should be done within the system itself. Who should clean, what time is available for cleaning, and now I'll get to know as a hotelier, is the room available for cleaning? I mean, after cleaning, can I check in with the customer? So all these things, instead of manual traceability, tracking of all these things manually, can this be bought in within the system? That's the next one. As I said, again, in a centralized system, keep that in mind, because all of this at the end of the day should be in one system. I'll anyway explain in later what are the steps that we can take up with each and everything, from the customer checking in, that is customer booking a reservation, to the checkout process. Later, as I said, the linen management and also all the inventory related to food and beverages can be integrated, can be also be bought into this system, one central system, integrated system, either through inventory management and all the other aspects. And finally, with all the things, the customer checks out, and that's when the revenue gets generated. We invoice the customer. There will be some advances if they have already paid an advance. There can be some refunds. There can be some actual receivables happening. That will be part of the accounting system. But again, as I said, end to end, that is from the reservation till the checkout, everything should be within one system where everything is traceable, everything is integrated to one another. So this is what we are looking at. As I said, this is what a step-by-step process, what we think it would be an ideal scenario for any hotelier and for the customer as well. So as I said, a guest journey, that is basically, if I as a customer get into a hotel, that is, I want to visit a good place, I book a hotel, then I check what are all the things surrounding. I want to get into the hotel, so I need a cab or something, and then I update my documents. I tell them when I'm going to check in, I'm going to tell them where I'm going to land so that I can be picked up with a cab or something like that. Once I arrive, I'll do the check-in, and then I'll explore the restaurant or explore the hotel. I avail some services, like it could be gymnasium, or it could be spa, it could be the restaurant. Complete all these things. I have my laundries to be done. I give that for laundry, and then finally, once my the duration of stay is done, I'll be checking out. So these processes, if I put into an ERP tool, how would it handle? Or how could be the steps? As I said, is put out in this workflow. So we either get a booking received either through website, because you know how the this thing world market is, where we have a lot of like Airbnb, it could be booking.com, or it could be many other this thing examples are there, where we can integrate our hotels to those websites and the bookings can be generated. The customer will book it up, or we can have our own websites, or even I can email it, or I can book a hotel by phone calls also. Once this is done, this data should be available in my system. That is, a customer is looking for a particular hotel, this particular room, this particular, it could be the meal plan also, that is with breakfast, with dinner, or all three meals included, or none of the meals included. All these details should be available. And then how much is the duration that the customer wants to stay? Have they paid any advances? Have they provided any documents? All these will be available in the hotel reservation itself. And then comes, as I said, the this thing, is it because of do they have any anniversaries so that we can make their experience better? Is there any birthdays or anything like that? Do they have any specific dietary plans so that we can inform our restaurant people? So all these things will be captured in the CRM or in the reservation time itself. And along with that, when they have clearly booked the reservation and on the day of check-in, we might also require the details of, do we need to provide pickup services? Because many of the hotels do provide this service, where we can have third party that is vehicles allocated, where we pay them as the vendors, or we can have our own vehicles as an hotelier, and we need to keep a track of it, who needs to pick up which driver, which car number. We can even mention this to the customer, that on a particular day before you check in, the so and so of our driver will be waiting to you at the airport or the railway station. And then once this is done, again, all this is part of a system, one single system. I'm not talking about individual distributed systems. This workflow is completely into, we are proposing one single solution, one single system. And then, as I said, taking it further, once the guest is picked up and they have successfully checked in, we provide some welcome drinks and welcome snacks and all these things. The housekeeping is alerted well in hand, so that they have kept the room ready. this housekeeping thing will be done the moment a previous guest has checked out, and so that the room is ready, so that the laundry is taken care, the room is cleaned, all the the toiletries are refreshed, everything, that is the shampoos and whatever required. So everything is kept in place, the papers, the pens, the stationery, the water bottles, and everything is kept in place. And then once the customer successfully checks in, they can avail the facilities of their because many of the hotels also provide additional facilities, especially if they are good resorts outside the cities. They do the if they have water sports, they might even provide hiking, they might even provide ATVs for going around. They might provide all these services at an additional cost or inclusive of cost. So all these things, and even food and beverages, can be part of this system, any additional facilities availed by the customer. And then as I said, the laundry management, and if there is any other services, can be put out in the one single system against the reservation. That is, one reservation will take care of all these things. And then finally, once the customer is checking out, we put out the payment options, that is including all the food and beverages, the laundry, the vehicle pickup, and the this thing, that is the additional facilities taken care by the availed by the customers. Everything will be available at the time of invoicing, whether they're inclusive of the package, whether they're exclusive of the package, again in one system, and we'll be able to invoice them. And we can send the invoice copies over SMS or WhatsApp or email and all these things to the customer. And then because this one experience is done, the CRM will again take up, because we have a good experience or a customer had a good experience. It's the hotelier's responsibility to again improvise this experience, keep the customer in touch, get in touch with customer for further experiences, for the bookings. So this is part of the marketing stuff which will be taken care by the CRM. So from the point of customer looking into a hotel for a reservation till the time of checkout and following up, all these activities should be available in one single system, is what we are proposing of. Is it available? Yes, let's look into it. So as I said, we are proposing, in fact, Pragmatic has built this complete solution. We have a hotel management solution in place, which has, as I said, integrated all these aspects. So it's not just the CRM of particular this thing, that is, it's not just the customer relations management which just take out the IDs and other stuff. It should also remember, that is what we mean by remember is, we put out all the preferences, all the these things of a customer, that is, when is their anniversaries, how much is their had they booked anything earlier, what was the room type that they had preferred, what were the food preferences that they had earlier. So all these things will help us improvise the customer experience. So that's the CRM that we have built, where it is integrated with the hotel management, where it will show us what are the number of, how many previous bookings that they had done, how many previous invoices, or when did they stay, what was the duration that they stayed, on all these aspects. Then comes, as I said, the pickup and coordination, where we have the inbuilt facility where we can have internal fleet of our own vehicles, or we can even go for a third-party vendor that becomes part of this purchase module, and also this service, where against a particular reservation, the hotelier can allocate a vehicle where it will clearly show that this particular car with the number, with the driver, has to go and pick up the customer. Only once that is done, check-in can be done. So all these checks and balances is put out. We can even get to know how far is the this thing, whether it's a railway station or an airport, and how much time it's going to be. What is the ETA for us to get the customer on board? All these things again will be part of one reservation, which is linked to the invoice finally. And then comes the housekeeping and laundry. You can see on the screen also, that's our hotel management app with one screenshot, one of the example screenshots, where the moment a particular customer checks out, we clearly inform the maintenance team about the housekeeping. That is, basically, there will be a separate housekeeping team, which we are calling it as a maintenance team. So they'll be able to see, okay, guest has checked out, this is the room number, this has to be clean. So earlier, the moment they check in, it will be in the dirty stage, which we have called it, and then they have to clean it, inspect it, and then they say completed. Only then a new check-in can happen. With this, we have a very clear transparency of who is doing the cleaning, how much time did they take, what all other amenities they use. That is, if they want to refill any inventory, they can do it, and this will also be part of your inventory management and the accounting management. As I said, it could be with respect to the stationery, toiletries, or even the clothing and the bedding. So it includes all of this. Then comes the dining and F&B integration, where our hotel management app is integrated with point of sale. of this thing. Also, we have built this whole module. I would like to mention that this whole module in �odoo, that is basically �odoo as an ERP, where I mean, I believe that the people listening over here will be aware of �odoo. �odoo is an ERP tool, and we have built this hotel management solution in �odoo, where it has a standard point of sale module, especially for the retail stores and for the restaurants. We have integrated the restaurant module of �odoo, the point of sale module of �odoo, in such a way that for every reservation, you might have, I mean, everyone would have come across this situation where I have a reservation. I go to the restaurant which is in the hotel itself, and I put out, I mean, I take my snacks or I take my beverages or the food. And then once the thing is done, I'll immediately say that please do put this bill to my room. I'll pay at the time of checkout. So, or I can even pay the immediately by cash or card. So this facility where I can avail the services at the this thing restaurant, but can pay at later stages, is also integrated in such a way that the invoice or the amount will not be considered the moment I complete the point of sale session, but will be taken up only at the time of invoicing. So all these integrations are done where a customer can have good relations, I mean, good experiences. And with this comes all the moment we have integrated this with the point of sale, the inventory and the accounting, because the moment I ordered any particular food or beverage or anything, in the backend the inventory should get liquidated. What all food I ordered and what all these things, I mean, it could be beverages or food. It can trigger manufacturing, or it can manufacturing in the sense the processing of the food or the processing of the beverages. And in turn, this means that the inventory and accounting has to be taken place. This is also synced by default in �odoo. So along with this, the next most important thing is the spa and the additional services. As I said, we do also have a banquet management where quotations can be given to the banquets, how much duration you need the banquet to be available, how many seats, how many people are having lunch over there or having food over there. According to that, we can provide a quotation, we can engage the banquet, you can put out the servicing, I mean, you can provide the services, and you can again attach this to the hotel management itself, that is integrated with the hotel reservations. It could be spa, it could be gymnasium, it could be the outdoor activities. Any of these services can be attached with something called as reservation and folio. We call it as folio, which is nothing but our service sales, sale of services, which can later take it to the invoicing. Then comes, as I said, the last but the most important aspect, which is the payments, accounting, and all the other aspects related to accounting. That is, if a customer is doing advance payment, and if at all they're availing services, as I said, at the restaurant for pay checkout. That is, I'm gonna have my food, but I want this to be attached during the invoice. I don't want to pay it right away. Or I might choose the other way around, where I'll pay it right away. But everything should be available across one invoice or across one reservation. That is also available. And other aspects is basically when we avail these services, especially as a hotelier, I might have outdoor activities, I might have the vehicle facilities which are outsourced, that is, which are subcontracted to other vendors. So even this particular functions of the purchasing of these services is also integrated in �odoo with the hotel management app. So put in place, all of this is integrated into one platform, where we say that yes, all the functions and all the operations will be put in one roof and one platform. So as I said, the most important thing which we wanted to highlight over here is, for any hotelier, it shouldn't feel like running one hotel is not, I mean, it should not feel like running one hotel is like running 10 different businesses, because there are 10 different departments or 10 different operations that we have. So the most important aspect, as I said, is it's the time for cohesion, control, and clarity. Everything under one system, the traceability, the visibility, and the most important part, less efforts, more output. That's what is, that's what the ERP stands for, or that's what the ERP means for any particular business. So here I would like to put out our solution with Pragmatic, which we have built, is the hotel management app, which is available in �odoo version 18, 17, or 16 in all the versions. We have, as I said, you can book multiple, any customer can manage, any hotelier can manage multiple hotel bookings. We have the booking amount master, where you can have different prices for different rooms for different dates. And then you can have a email, reservation emails and all these, confirmation emails for reservations, and then managing the documents. We can manage multiple invoices for a single customer, single reservation. We have the point of sale integrated. We have the invoicing, that is the advances and any other things. We have the repair and the housekeeping services integrated. We have the this thing, agent commissions. One of the important things, that is, if at all we have third-party agents also with us to increase the revenue, that is to increase the bookings, to have this marketing activities, or to have like a agent. So even that can be integrated. That is integrated in Odoo right now with our hotel management app. And most importantly, with all this are the reports. We have built good number of reports where all these reports with respect to arrivals, the departures, the room availability will be available at any point of time for any hotelier to check it. We have the guest history, that is which room or how many guests are available, when did they avail the services, what is my total monthly occupancy or weekly occupancy or day-wise occupancy, I can get to know. We can check out how many are what are the laundry things which the customer has availed. Are there any pickups for today, and all these things. And then with respect to agents, we also have the agent reports where we clearly say that these were all the agents through which these many bookings happen, and these are all the reservations, and this is how much revenue the agents generated. And all the final thing is with respect to the inventory accounting, that is the finance. All the standard reports of Odoo will also be available. So these are all this is one solution, or these are all the operations that we want to we have already put in one single solution, which is called the hotel management app. This is how we would like to solve the problem of hoteliers. So I have come to the last part of the webinars where if you guys have any questions, you can just let us know.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Yashas. I think this was an incredibly informative webinar. And it's definitely clear that for any business, automation is not just technology. It's really to make the experience better for everybody, whoever is involved, whether in this case, your guests or you yourself as a hotel owner. So to everybody who joined us, thank you so much. And let's open the floor for questions, if any. So questions, anybody? Okay, great. So I believe the webinar was really very clear, Yashas, and I'm sure that there are no questions currently. However, to everybody who joined in today, if you are thinking that this is just what my hotel requires, then we would really love to connect with you on a one-on-one. Our team is here and Yashas is here to answer all the queries that you have with regards to how we can make your hotel, like the next best one. And so no matter what's the complexity of your problem, or the complexity of your property or whatever, Yashas will definitely be there to answer any queries. I have put in the chat box the link to get in touch with us, or to schedule a call, or if anybody wants a demo for the same. Until next time, thank you so much. Bye bye. Thanks, Yashas.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.